Hey guys, my name is Morgan and welcome back to My Glorious Leaves. Today we're going to be repotting a Philodendron splendid that I got in the mail, I want to say about a month ago, a little bit more. It did have a root system, and so I want to get it potted up now because it has a new leaf coming in. So let's get to it. So this is the splendid that we are going to be potting up today. It is a varicosum melanochrysum cross, and I got this on an auction. My boyfriend actually bought it for me, which is amazing because this is just so beautiful. And then this leaf back here is cut. Don't know what happened to it. I asked the person who was auctioning this plant off for more pictures of it before sale, but it was not disclosed that anything was cut, and it was kind of angled like that maybe. So it looked like it wasn't cut. It kind of looked like the leaf was just like on an angle. But anyway, and then we have a new growth point that's just come in. And so the reason I want to pot this up now is because usually when a leaf is going to come in, it needs a lot of energy. The plant needs a lot of energy, and it's not going to get all the nutrients it needs from just sphagnum moss. I mean, I'm not saying that plants can't grow properly in just sphagnum moss, but I prefer to put it into soil at this point in the plant's life, or move it to leca, either or. So that, you know, if I'm going to use leca, then I have my proper nutrients that I give the plant every week. And then if I'm going to do soil, I also have fertilizer that I put through, and that's going to help the plant grow the best leaf possible. It comes out, I want it to be on a moss pole so that it can start encouraging the growth pattern of up that I want. Because my varicosum, which is my favorite plant, it was kind of growing zigzag. And it did have a support pole, but it didn't have a moss pole. So it was kind of just holding it up as like a zigzag, kind of snapped a little bit. There's a couple like cracks in the stem from when I did that, because I kind of stretched it to go along the pole, but I think it's okay. It's just like superficial wounds. It's not into the plant or anything, so it's doing okay now, so that's good. But I'm going to be potting it into a 4-inch pot, and I am going to be using my homemade moss poles, which are available on my Etsy. So I use just a wooden dowel, and then it has sphagnum moss and jute twine is what's holding it on. And I might make a couple more that just have fishing line, because I found the only problem with the jute twine is that since it's a thicker rope, it doesn't hold the moss onto the pole as well, but I like the aesthetic of this one better than the fishing line one. And then I'm going to use plant Velcro tape to secure it to the pole. Okay, so I am just getting my planting mat set up. So we have our pot here, and the soil mix that I'm using, I got a couple messages through Etsy about people who really liked the soil medium that the plants were sent in. And I told them the ingredients, but I guess it's not really the same as ordering it. It's a very chunky mix. So there's lots of cocoa coir in there, which is a big part of what I use. A lot of perlite, a lot of orchid bark. There is also activated charcoal. Oh my god. Activated charcoal, that's what it is. That's added in there as well. And I want to start adding pumice as well. But this mix has worked really well for me. And honestly, I find as long as your soil is well draining, it will help to prevent any root rot. So yeah, I do want to sell that on my Etsy eventually. I think that would be really fun. Right now, the struggle is finding like a proper packaging. I wanted to have some sort of a sustainable packaging, like something reused. I wanted to do something where, like, if you send me back the package, then I will refill it for free or something like that with soil and send it back to you, because I think like bags could be like rolled up and sent in like a normal envelope, and then I could like refill it. I want to figure something out to make it like sustainable. I wanted to have something that had a Ziploc kind of thing so that you could kind of keep it. And then the other issue is I can't find any big ones. I've looked on Amazon because I wanted to buy in bulk, but I'm really struggling to find any like large bags, so I don't know how to do that, but if that's something that you are interested in, let me know. I have had like 2 or 3 people message me about it, and I just thought that'd be a great extra thing to put on my Etsy shop. If it is a smaller bag, I was thinking, you know, you don't have to pot in my soil completely. You can mix it with your own. You can do it as like an additive kind of thing, so that's another option as well. Guy kind of like, I want to say he scammed me through the Facebook group, because like my boyfriend was the one who was like bidding on it with me, and he kind of mentioned like, oh, does that leaf look cut? And I thought, I don't know, I think it's just the angle. And I asked him for more photos, but when he sent them, I assumed he sent from both sides. I just assumed that was both leaves, and then there was no browning on it at all at that point, and it tipped me off that one of the leaves was cut, and that wasn't disclosed either. Usually, you know, you mention that a plant's been damaged. Okay, the root system looks really good. It looks really healthy, so I'm really excited. This is a generous top cutting here. So here's the plant here. We got a good node there. This is a good amount of roots here, and the only reason I'm not going to wash them off is they're so small. If it was bigger, I would really give them a good rinse. If it had more roots or bigger roots, I would 100% wash it off. But I've got to really, like, I've got all of the sagging off. So there's the new leaf that's going to come in, which is really nice. It's kind of a hassle, and I ended up just leaving that Facebook group because, you know, he ended up saying I was like harassing him or something. It was like a whole thing, which was untrue. I was just saying like, hey, you know, I'm a little disappointed that we spent so much, and, you know, it was cut and it wasn't disclosed to us that this plant had a cut leaf, so it wasn't in the state that we thought it was. And it's just usually when plants are damaged, you know, you want to help them understand why the plant's damaged, so that they're not like, oh, it had a disease, you know, like it had bugs, like what killed it, and you kind of want to know why that leaf is cut. So it would have been good to know, but anyway, regardless, I just filled about 1/3 in there, and I would do a little less if it had a bigger root system, but it doesn't. So I'm going to put the pole in all the way down, and then I am going to just set the plant in. Maybe I'll put it against the moss pole. I'll put it this way so that it's kind of gonna use that moss pole for support, and then hopefully start to grow. So then once I find, you know, where I want it to go, I just make sure that that's how deep I want it in the pot. It's gonna have to be about that low. Okay, so then I set it aside, and I'm gonna get some tape and ew. And usually you want a pretty decent overlap around the pole, so I usually cut a pretty big piece. And this Velcro is great. It's only a couple dollars on Amazon. We actually sell it. Currently, not for much longer, I work at Canadian Tire, and we do sell it in our garden center as well. So it has a nice fuzzy side here, and then this side is a Velcro. I don't know if I can, there we go. And then this side is Velcro, so that will stick it to itself when you attach the plant. I'm gonna kind of have to do it sideways because I don't want to hurt the plant, but I do need to get it on here. So you put the soft side towards the plant so that you're not damaging it. Actually, no, worst case scenario, I can cut the dowel. So then that sticks like that, and it'll hold it on, no problem. So there it is. It's kind of hard to show you while I do it, but there we go. And I'm just gonna fill it around there. These shovels are so tiny. I got them from, I bought these self-watering pots on Amazon from Garden Basics. It was in my video on my variegated Epipremnum pinnatum when I was potting that up in Leca, and they sent them for free. They sent me this like little chubby shovel, which is like not deep at all. It kind of just like a flat, like a spatula. And they sent me this other thin one, and they also sent me a rake too, which is really cute. So that was really nice of them to include that. I thought that was so cute. So I try to use them. They don't hold much, but honestly, I kind of like that because I deal with a lot of small plants. Oh, this is so cute. I am so excited. I always have a problem of the dowel sticking through the bottom of the pot, like the drainage hole. So I'm super excited, and I hope it starts to use the moss bowl. I'm just gonna give it a really good drink. Some fertilizers. I'm just gonna dilute the fertilizer a lot just because it's a newer plant, newly potted up, and I haven't fertilized this plant before, so I want to be careful. But I know that fertilizing it will be very good and give it lots of nutrients for that new growth. I am so excited for this one to grow. Actually, while I'm here, I'll just show you the verrucosum. This is my Philodendron verrucosum. Really show you, but that's just kind of plain dowel. So this is my like medium size. My problem is my medium and my large size that are available on my Etsy are different size dowels, but they're the same length because I cut each dowel in half. So these ones are 18-inch and these ones are 12-inch. Because the dowels are 36-inch. So these I was able to make 3 moss poles per 36-inch dowel, and then this one I was only able to make 2 for each size. So this one I believe is our 1/2 inch, and our large one is 5/8 of an inch. So anyway, here we go. This verrucosum, I'll see if I can put a picture of how it looked before, but it was very wonky. But as you can see, I kind of tried to straighten it out. So you can see how this stem here kind of goes very zigzaggy. And I tried to pull this piece up so it's straight because it's growing a new leaf here, and I really want that to use the moss pole. But I think it'll be good for it just to have that support there, because before it was kind of growing on its own, and so I hope that these big beautiful leaves decide to continue up here. But yeah, it's cracked right there. You know, if you have any questions, you can always ask. Let me know if you guys are interested in possibly buying my soil, if that would be something you guys would be interested in. Really, honestly, soil is just something that everybody you can do your own thing. It's gonna work as long as it's well draining so that the roots can have proper drainage. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know. I think it'd be so cute just to make like cute little labels for it and everything. I think that's part of the fun of having a little Etsy shop. So anyway, here is our potted splendid. Oh, look at that. It's so gorgeous. It's so pretty. Even this leaf, you know what? A little damaged, but that's okay. And this one's gonna come. Oh, and I'm so excited. You know what? It's good that it's getting potted up because it needed a moss pole. So this is like the cutest plant I own right now, I think. This is probably my favorite plant, and not just because my boyfriend got it for me. Put them side by side so you can really tell the verrucosum has more. This one here is the verrucosum. It has more sporadic veining. It looks like a lightning bolt. I absolutely love the plant there and here. Really, really pretty. And then when you see the splendid, it's a bit more like the melanochrysum, where it's got more kind of veining down the center. So it's really beautiful. Go shop my moss poles. They're available. I have lots of fun making them, and I would love to hear what you guys think of the moss poles. Any tips would be appreciated. I know I have them with jute as well, but I find philodendron, I think, really would like the moss probably better so that they can stick their aerial roots in there, and they'll grab onto it a little bit better than the jute. I think the jute is more for like Hoyas, maybe something that doesn't really put out as many aerial roots, but nonetheless, you know, if you just want a support stake, the jute ones are really beautiful. I really like how like clean the jute ones look, so they're really pretty as well. So go shop those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.